Hey everyone, it's Jessie. I'm finally trying to record a video for the channel. I haven't had best of luck recording, so I'm hoping everything goes well, so I'm just gonna do kind of like a small tester video. I play Oxygen Not Included all the time. It's been a while though, and even though I've played through like many of the updates, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm good. So but you see, I do have a game I was on 195 cycles on, but I'm gonna start a new one. Starting a new game's always like my favorite part. Plus it'll be the first time I play on my new computer, so I kind of just want to start new. Let's just randomize it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then yeah, we'll just do Terra. Now I will say, I was pretty good at this until about when they started adding, because I was playing like early, back when like Jack and Mark first found it and stuff. And so I was pretty decent at the game until they really started adding like temperature and gas stuff. And that's usually the area where I still fail. Mostly temperature. Temperature still usually is what ends up destroying my worlds, but so the point is, even though I've been playing this for a long time and I know this game's kind of old, if you guys have any suggestions for me on how to improve, I am always happy to find out. Whoa, that's fun. I forgot that they added the uniform thing. It's really, my last computer couldn't really handle this game, so it has been a minute since I've played. I usually have specific things that I kind of look for. My main thing is their stress reaction. I don't want any destructive stuff, because I just can't handle keeping up with that. So for sure we're going to, whoops, wrong thing. I'm gonna re-roll Binge Eater, I don't like either. Crier and Vomiter, things that I can just clean up and eventually even turn into my water processing system. I'll always take those. Okay, so let's actually look at what they've got. Supplying. Luddite. That's okay. Gotta have a farmer. So the artist thing is fine. And immune to food poisoning is really good. So since we already have farming and ranching, I actually don't need another rancher. Even though that's really good ranching, I'm not doing ranching for a while. So let's see if I can get somebody. I know I already have supplying here. The frequent farting is going to be a problem, but I also like the early bird because I also always set schedules. You'll see that when we get in there. So yeah, you know what? Supplying and building on that one. Let's see if we can get here we go. Ah, but it's a destructive. Alright, like I said, I normally do not take destructives no matter what. However, these are great stats for starting out. So, and I feel like I usually end up starting with Nicola, Gossman, and Ren. Maybe not Ren. I think Ren usually changes, but alright. Let's click 5 times on here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Doomed Lab. Perfect. Alright, let's go. We'll stick with these 3, and I'll just keep an eye on Nicola's stress level for sure. Alright, first things first. Let's pause. Let's get a lay of the land. Good basic Terra start. I do like that water's just right here, though that is usually the side I like to build my outhouses on, but so I'll probably do just 10 cycles for this first video just so that we can make sure did everything go okay, is there anything I need to change. I don't want to get like so wrapped up in it, because that's what's happened before, is I've recorded videos, sent them to Quinn to edit, and then we found out like the audio didn't work or it just completely lagged out. So I'm just gonna do 10 cycles to start, but So like I said, I always make schedules. Oh, they've added little pictures here since I've done it. That's fun. Okay. How do I change the... There it is. So I always have a day shift, an evening shift, and a night shift. Now Ren is the morning person, so definitely will be day shift, but day shift is usually the default. Oh, what is this? This is new. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. So let's just start with a base here on these ones until I remember how I usually do it. Okay. I was making sure it was still a 24-hour. I couldn't remember. And we have 6 things that are non-work, basically. So 24 divided by 3 is 8, though. So I think we'll start shifts 8 hours in between, maybe? So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. 1, 2. So then this would be the first work shift for the evening. So basically I just work backwards. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of weird calling it an evening shift because obviously it goes into the night, but I call it that because it starts in the evening kind of thing. So that would give us 2 hours. That's the fastest way to do it. 2 hours where they're both working together. So then same thing. So 2 hours here. Then we'd have downtime, bedtime, bath time. So then these guys are working these hours together and then joining in with day shift to do a little bit. So that way everybody's like, there's overlap everywhere, but then there's not going to be any time where I don't have somebody working. And as I add more people to each shift, I'll actually go in and I'll add more downtimes. I'll stretch out their bath times, things like that, and give them more breaks. But starting shift is basically how we do it. Nicola's our researcher, I'll have him on evening, and then Osman's the builder, so that's a good night shift job where we can like do gathering and supplying during the day, and then at night just focus on building kind of thing. Alright, so first things first, because bedtime's going to be happening soon for some of them, we want to focus on getting stuff to get them a bed. We'll just go here for now. I'll just make 2 storage bins there. We'll put the outhouse right there. It's really reversed from how I like it, but for a starting section, it's not bad. I guess I'll just set them up here for now. Like, I really have to take my time to think out the layout, but we need to get the basic stuff down first, of course. So, but like, I will make full like dorm rooms that are with only their group of people. So all day shift in one, all night shift in another, things like that. I do usually run the game at 3 times speed unless there's like planning that I need to do. I have ADHD, so I don't really like to sit there and wait. And I'll give them a minute to just kind of supply everything, and then we'll get going on research. Yeah, see, when we get into all of this stuff. Oh, that's cool. There's a farming overlay now. Oh, you know what? I think that was there the last time I played. Okay, so I think what we'll do, let's go ahead, we'll make a ladder. And I'll go up. Generator. Oh, I have to get more metal. Okay, as the end of the first cycle, we at least got beds and outhouse and stuff down. So, okay start for the first day. We are going to need a pitcher pump, so I'll go ahead and I'll get that put in. We need a battery and wires. I'm gonna put the research station a little bit away so it's away from the heat. There we go. And I'll put like an oxygen thing in here later. I mean, this whole place will probably get taken down. I'll try to remember if there's nothing going on not to talk so that Quinn can just cut it out. But I'm not good at that. I kind of ramble about what I'm doing. Alright, now that we have a couple things, let's go ahead and prioritize research for Nicola. Prioritize tidying, supplying, and storing for Ren. And then Gossman's gonna be, what is it, digging? Or building, right? What did we do? Oh, farming. Farming. We don't have farming for now, so building and digging a little bit higher. Yeah, I run it at 3 times speed, but I pause if I need to think about things. That's just the way I play it. So once you get research going up, I'll also start a farming section right here. And we'll go ahead, we'll put in the oxygen now. Might as well. And I'm actually going to make a storage bin right here. That will be where we put algae. So we're gonna start with farming. And actually, we'll fully go through meal prep. I'm never good at deciding if I should do 3 high or 4 high. But I should do 4 high because this is gonna be the farming area, so I always set up a medicine basin going into the farming area. Always wash our hands before we go in. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Blueprint. Right now, if there's anyone like super good, then I would take from here, but we really only have this one stress-wise. The building is good, but I'm worried about having a binge eater before we even have food stuff set up. But it would be nice to have a dedicated builder already. And I don't really need mirth leaf seeds. I'm so bad at doing anything with mirth leaf, so you know what, for once, I'm just breaking all my rules. We'll get a new person. Yeah, we'll leave her on day. We'll make her priorities building. And let's get her a bed first off. But since I'm gonna have like my dedicated research going, it's probably a good idea too. Especially now that we're getting farming set up. I'm gonna leave this spot blank. I'm not gonna hook up another oxygen diffuser. We're gonna put in a terrarium. Yeah, this area is gonna get real hot real fast, so as soon as I can, I'll figure out a new section to go. Normally I do it in a separate space, but because the water's there and I don't want to touch it yet, let's go ahead, add the storage bin there. This will be for seeds and fertilizer. I like to keep things stored near where they're being used. I'm just gonna set the direction for going in. I don't care as much about going out, so let's conserve water a little bit. We want to plant mealwood. Okay, cool. As soon as this is done, I'll set my new research thing, but I'll let Nicola help out a little bit first. For now, I want to pin copper and algae. I don't really care about keeping an eye on anything else. Got plenty of copper, so I'm actually just going to, for now, put a diffuser all the way down here. The diffusers are better for like fast things. Eventually I do like primarily using algae, but just because it gives us polluted water that we can add back into our system to make sure we always have stuff filtering and rotating and stuff. But especially because I have the beds down here right now. Until I move the beds, this is kind of my main thing. Alright, let's see what research I want to work on next. Probably power, but I could also just get this so I can immediately get the advanced research station. Let's do power first, because I want to unlock this first, but I'll go ahead and I'll do both just so that it's all researching. I don't want to get into big planning projects just yet. We're just going to start with the basics, but eventually we're probably going to start the dorm rooms. If we have food here, I'll probably turn this into a mess area, a dining area instead, and have a kitchen as well off of this. and then we'll probably go up with like the dorms, and I'll bring the research down here instead in its own like room, and we'll create like a closed off area for the bathrooms. Right now I just put it out there, but after power I'm gonna focus on plumbing stuff is usually where I go. Ooh, we've got a skill point. We have 2. Okay, so Ren, we have Bubbles now for building. So Ren will be our supplier, get his fancy little hat, and then Bubbles will be our builder. They're fancy hats. Yay! Oh, which reminds me, we did not set this storage. So we need fertilizer in here, and then all seeds we'll put in there as well. Yeah, germs, especially early game, are kind of a big problem. Disinfecting at 10,000 is fine. But yeah, I like to move on to plumbing as soon as possible. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, I like getting the plumbing going as soon as possible because I hate the outhouses. I'll leave an outhouse in case something goes wrong with the plumbing, but I hate the outhouses. They're awful. But yeah, I like this area for now for farming. So we'll probably turn this whole thing into like kitchen and mess room and everything. Especially like with the room bonuses. I do like to try and make sure I'm getting them. So as soon as we get like stations, I will definitely make a proper greenhouse and everything. But so at the very least, we'll get a mess hall. Oh, we didn't switch. Who was our farmer? Was it Gosman? Of course it's Gosman. When is it not Gosman? We're gonna make her priority farming. So I guess I'll save it for next time. Maybe one of the first things we'll do is get our plumbing system set up down here. Blossom seeds aren't too bad. I'm still kind of bad at bristle blossoms too. These are all vomiters though. Is there anyone? I could have a dedicated operator. I also have super hard digging, so that's cool. But the mouth breather's kind of... But overjoyed is super productive. That's kind of Doctoring nice. Isn't really important this early on, so definitely not either of those two. But this one's kind of... I'll go ahead and I'll do it. Just because... Mostly because we're planning on doing a lot starting next time. So we will put Mima... If Mima's the operator, that's definitely an evening shift thing for me because they have the most overlap with everyone for like the busiest working hours and everything. So Mima is going to prioritize operating. Let's go ahead and get the advanced research so that we can get our filtration stuff for next time. Yeah, I usually do a big whole setup for the good water, polluted water, filtration system, all of that, and I usually put it at the bottom of my base. So I'm gonna plan towards going towards that next time is basically what we're gonna do with the last like 3-something days. And get the kitchen going for sure, I think. We got a water cooler. Do we have anywhere to just drop one down so they have something? Sure, we'll give them a water cooler. It's not in a good place, but we'll give them one. So like I said, then we'll go down and we'll get this here. I want the water sieve so that when I set up the filtration, we can get polluted water going. Oh, there's so many new things I have not messed with. And we'll also need a bottle drainer eventually, but okay, we are pretty much out of food stuff, so let's go digging real quick. There's food right there. Maybe that's what they were talking about. Alright, let's bust through. We'll bust up there. And we'll dig out a little bit and get some of this copper too. Oh, I did not pay attention to that at all. So 9 priority. Let's block this off real quick. Let's get the supercomputer set up here, I guess, since we just dug that out. We'll add another little storage system, and then we'll probably just take all of Cycle 8 to just clean up a little bit. Alright, we just finished another research, but I'm gonna let them keep cleaning, and then I'll figure out where I want them to put things. Like I said, we're just taking all of Cycle 8 to clean up the mess that's everywhere. I don't like having a mess. It clutters, it makes it harder for me to think, and it increases their stress. So, medical wouldn't be a bad idea to have. I'm not too stressed about it right now, though. Now that we have the supercomputer, is there anything? Let's get the farming station, everything, because we want to focus on that next time. I always try to utilize this one, the electrolyzer, when I start working on the gas. I'm just not very good at it. I've watched people on how to do it and stuff like that. Oh, next I'll get that for the bathrooms, but for now let's get the farming station because that helps with our food, and right now we're struggling with food. So yeah, so next focus is going to be plumbing and food, I think, for next video. I've tried so hard to do the gas stuff, and I'm just... that's where you guys will really see me struggle. I'm so bad when it comes to the gas. Food poisoning. Already? Whoa. That's new. That's cool. That does make me think we do need to have a medical cot somewhere. I'm just gonna throw it there for now. I'll take the arbor acorn. I don't like to not take anything, because then it feels like a waste of time. I don't think we're ready for new people right now. Though I would like to end with 2 people per shift. We're already struggling with food, and I'm not really that into anybody's stuff. Like, maybe this one, but it's a binge eater, and again, not doing good on food already. Plus, like, decreased agriculture, and they take forever in the bathroom, so I'm not good at arbor stuff, but we'll just take that just so I'm taking something. We've got our farming station, so I'll improve the greenhouse next time. Fertilizer synthesizer I've never really worked with. We do have a refrigerator now, which will be helpful, but I will set up the microbe musher and the electric grill next time for sure. I'm really bad with the tiles, the farm tiles. I don't know why I can never get them. Well, I mean, it's not that I can never get them to work, but I think I just misunderstand them half the time and I use them wrong. Last thing we'll research. Let's go ahead and get the, where was it? Not decor. I don't really care about decor until later. Here. Is there anything we want that it's connected to? Whoa. That's new. That has not been there before. That would be super helpful for when I do like cold air rooms or vice versa, my power stations. So I can keep the heat locked in. That'll be great. Oh, I guess I could use a deodorizer. That would be helpful, especially if we're getting a bathroom set up. Yeah, let's go all the way to get the deodorizer. I think that'll be my last research for this video. Oh, hello, buddy. Good to know you're there. You will be very helpful in the future. If I have time when I set up this, maybe I'll get a ranch going as well. I'm not super great at the ranch stuff, but it is helpful to have, especially to start bringing meat into the equation. But it looks like we've got everything we need for how I start my how I do my plumbing stuff. So yeah, if I do forget and I get distracted and start working on something else next time, but I think my primary goals are pretty basic to how I usually start my games, so I think it'll be easy to remember to do food and plumbing next time. So if this filming turns out okay, I'll probably start doing a few different games based on however I'm feeling that day. I kind of want to play Subnautica, but like Quinn and I also want to do Subnautica 2 together when it's ready. Like, obviously it's available now, but we don't really want to play this stage of the game, and it's making it really hard because we're both avoiding like watching anybody playing the game. But so I don't know if I want to get going in a new Subnautica world and then start playing Subnautica 2 later. I might save Subnautica for that. We're working on Minecraft stuff, but it's in a realm that we're not posting just yet. So I don't know if Quinn and I are going to start our other realm or not. But I have other games. They're all old games that have died out on YouTube for a while now, but I like to play like this and sometimes Prison Architect, though I'm bad at that one too. But all those kinds of games that were getting passed around the same time as Oxygen Not Included. So I might just throw up some of those games when I'm bored. If I'm really bored, I might just every once in a while throw in what is it, like Super Auto Pets or whatever. Sometimes I'll play that just when I'm super bored, and that's just like a quick little video. But hopefully this worked out okay. If you guys do have just suggestions for like things that you found that work well when you play, especially if it's pertaining to the food and the plumbing, I do kind of have my way I like to do those, but I'm open to suggestions. But yeah, advice is always welcome. And hopefully this recording just turned out well. I'm just so stressed about that, but I'm using an actual computer now, not like my really old laptop like I did before. So it should hopefully have gone well. I don't know how to close this out, so we'll close it out by just saving. But yeah, that's it for this time, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!